welcome back to Electric Tornado. Today we are going to be going over our weather outlook for the United States. Today is September 5th, 2025, and we are going to be talking about our severe weather, tropical weather, and all kinds of different kinds of weather, and what could be impacting your area in the United States for the next few days or weeks. So let's get into it. First, we gotta talk about our severe weather. Today is a pretty surprisingly big day for severe weather, especially for September, as we do get a slight risk, a level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk for parts of Tennessee, into eastern Kentucky, into western Virginia, into the eastern Ohio. And what could happen inside of this? It includes the bigger cities of, let me start with this. It includes the bigger cities of Nashville, Murfreesboro, Clarksville, Jackson, Richmond, Charleston, Parkersburg, and it almost includes all of Kentucky. And if you're inside of this yellow slight risk over here, I'll be talking about some of the impacts that you guys can see if you're living inside of there. So, the thing that we got to be talking about, the most dangerous concern, is the isolated tornado risk, as we got a very large 2% tornado risk for this area. If you're inside of this red circle or the green, you guys could see possibly, just possibly, an isolated tornado or two, even more, as a few tornadoes do have a potential of touching down within this, or just rotation within there. And tornado warnings will be a possibility anywhere inside of that green things. Just make sure you have your tornado action plan. And some strong winds inside this yellow will be a possibility with severe thunderstorms. With winds up to 70 miles per hour will be a possibility. Otherwise, it would be 60. Some small hail will also be a possibility, and some storms inside the slight risk. And then we do get a big marginal risk going around the slight risk, which is the green. And then if you're inside the green, you guys do have a potential to see just some scattered severe weather and some small hail, meaning that you guys do have a potential to see some severe thunderstorms. So make sure you be staying severe weather aware if you're inside the marginal risk or slight risk for any kinds of weather. Okay, now that we got that over with, we gotta look at our day 2 outlook for tomorrow, which is September 6th, 2025, which is another concerning day for severe weather. This is a weird-looking severe weather risk, which we do get a marginal risk expanding all the way through northern Georgia, including Atlanta, through western South Carolina, western North Carolina, parts of the middle of Virginia, into Maryland, all of Delaware, and then into parts of Maine. And then we do got a slight risk right here, where some severe weather will be a possibility, and maybe even a tornado. So let's start what we could see in our impacts within the yellow slight risk, which this includes the cities of Philadelphia, New York, parts of Bridgeport, and Concord. Those are the bigger cities that's even near this area. And we do get an isolated tornado risk, which is actually another 2% tornado risk, where a few isolated tornado or two will be a possibility within this green. This is for tomorrow, September 6th. So we do got tornado for tomorrow, September 6th, where a few tornadoes will be a possibility. We also do got a wind risk for tomorrow, which is if you're in the yellow, you guys have an increased chance to see some severe thunderstorms, possibly up to 70 mile per hour winds, but mainly just 60 or 55. And this is small hail will also be a possibility. And if you're in the green marginal risk, just be aware for some scattered severe weather, small hail, and a very low chance for a tornado. Now that we got that over with, let's check out our day 3 outlook for September 7th, 2025. And we don't even have a severe weather outlook for that day yet, so we don't have to worry about that as of right now. So next, let's get into our tropical weather. So the thing that we really need to be talking about that's causing a pretty big concern to the United States and a lot of these islands out here is this tropical disturbance with a 70% chance of a development within 7 days and 40% chances of development within 2 days. And earlier it was up pretty high with the chances, but it's went down a little bit for the chances of development. But don't expect anything yet, okay? But we do gotta be watching this like a hawk if you're out here. It says Tropical Atlantic. Shower and thunderstorm activity is currently limited and disorganized in association with a tropical wave over the central Tropical Atlantic, although upper level winds are generally favorable for development. Environmental dry air is likely to limit development over the next couple of days. However, a tropical depression could still form early next week as the system moves westward at around 10 miles per hour across the central tropical Atlantic. The system is likely to be near the Lesser Antilles by the middle to latter portion of next week, and interests there should monitor its progress. So yeah, just be aware. And if you're on the east coast of the United States, just be watching this for development, but it's not time to start panicking. As well, if you're on the Gulf Coast, you also should be watching this, just in case. But especially Florida. But the main concern with this hurricane will be all of these little islands out here, okay? All of these little islands out here, gotta be watching this. And if it does happen, it'll turn into Tropical Storm Gabrielle, I don't know, one of those, but just be watching that as well. We do got tropical disturbance over here, which is a lower chance of development currently, which is over here for the Pacific Ocean, and it's not likely to impact anyone with a low chance of a Hawaii impact. But yeah, but we also got to be talking about Hurricane Kiko, which does have a chance to impact Hawaii within the next few days or so. Let's check out our spaghetti models. This is what. If you see all these little lines, this is the expectations of where this could go. So you can see that if you go over Hawaii. So if you're in Hawaii, just be monitoring Kiko for like a hawk, as this thing could hit you guys if it does have a potential. And if it does hit you, it would likely be around, let's see, around 6 days from in 61 hours. Just be watching that out for the next 6 days. Now that we got that over with, our temperatures are starting to warm up in the Midwest, and finally not as cold. It's still a little bit lower than usual, but nothing crazy. It's still pretty hot over there for Washington, but it should start getting a little bit cooler soon. Thank you guys for watching, excuse me. I hope you have a good day, and make sure to be staying weather aware through today. And yeah, do not panic, stay weather aware, and be prepared. See you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.